wife, Almaine Mott, my brother, Josh Miller, and our dear friend, Paul Holbrook. We are the collective ownership of Owl's Bar. Yeah, I guess the way we got here was about 7 years ago, a little bit over 7 years ago. My wife and I moved into a house a few doors down that needed a complete overhaul. So the entire time that we had lived there, and even, I guess, before we moved in, we'd heard rumors of Owl's Bar. I think anybody who's lived in Lexington for the last 30 years had heard of Owl's Bar in a negative way. We knew that we wanted to live in our house for the rest of our lives, basically, and we knew that we would never really feel comfortable raising a family here if something wasn't done about owls. And so about 6 months after we bought Stella's and had been operating it, well before it was established in any way, and while we were still trying to get our feet under us over there, the previous owner actually put owls up for sale. And we knew it was insane, we knew it was terrible timing, we knew that it was a terrible idea, but we also knew that if we didn't try to move on it, that there was a strong likelihood that the new ownership would treat it no differently. The thing that changed Owls the most was bringing in music. And it started with bluegrass, and we slowly expanded to kind of all genres of music. And so that really has been kind of what the single thing that's changed Owls the most has been supporting the arts, supporting music, and the community support that has come out from that. And it's been just remarkable. And we've also realized that we've suddenly become a venue. And so as a venue and as a place where we can host shows, we've also started collaborations with other kind of artistic endeavors. And one most successful has been Eric Sutherland's Hall of Poetry series. And that has just been a phenomenal success. Once a month on Wednesdays, he organizes a poetry reading by several featured poets, and then there's an open mic component to it. And on a Wednesday night, inevitably, once a month, 100 to 100 plus people show up to listen to poetry and what 5 years ago people were calling the ghetto, and some people still do.
Obviously, you have a new following, tremendous community support. How about some of the locals that used to come to Owl's Bar? Do they come now?
There are a number that still do, absolutely. There was when we took over, it was probably one of the most diverse bars in Lexington, because we kind of brought with us people who knew about the work we were doing over at Stella's, and so the kind of professional crowd and the foodie crowd, because we re-emphasized the food here. We stopped bringing in the frozen burger patties that who knows how long they've been there. We started using great fresh local beef and local lamb and local bison, and really upgraded the quality of the food. And so that brought in some of the people who were familiar with what we were doing at Stella's, and from that point we've been slowly kind of building and changing our menu to try to incorporate as much local stuff as we can. And so what's next, I think we're going to start cutting our own fries. So we'll be able to use local potatoes and local sweet potatoes for those. We're kind of going through a period of, I think, re-emphasis of the food. Right now we've kind of been pigeonholed a little bit as a venue, and so we've sort of lost some of the dining crowd that we once had. And I think we're going to try to make another push. We are thinking about opening up for brunch again.
We're very excited about having our next Deborah Social Stimulus in this area. Really, you're one of our major featured local businesses. We're obviously going to be honoring Broke Spoke. And as we wind this up, tell me a little bit about the relationship with Broke Spoke and some of these other neighbors that have kind of come into this area and fed off of the good changes that you've made.
Sure. Should I turn this off? Okay. This is Ben Sully, who actually lives in the neighborhood.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a terrific
We love
supporter
Ben.
of,
Yeah.
So this is actually a fun and appropriate song. Our relationship with Broke Spoke, I guess, would probably have to be dated back to 7, 8, 9 years ago, something like that, well before it existed. Some of its principal organizers, Shane Tedder, Brad Flowers, and Tim Buckingham, are all good friends of mine, and my brothers and wife. And I know that Shane in particular has been talking about a bike shop for many years. And I've always been on the lookout for spaces on the north side that would be appropriate for it.
I'm very excited that you're going to be one of our very important featured local businesses. You've got a great story and you've got great food. We know you got great entertainment as well. So, you know, Broke Spoke is our featured nonprofit, and you're one of the other handful of great businesses. So, what do you think you'll be cooking for us? Any idea?
Cajun food is one of the things I like to do most. I love gumbo. It's great for feeding a crowd. I love red beans and rice. So we might try to do some chorizo and chicken gumbo, or some good local stuff like that. I'm just thrilled to be a part of this event. I'm thrilled to be a part of the next Deborah's Social Stimulus, and I'm just so excited that we get to support the Broke Spoke and have a big party.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
See you there.